Hi, I'm Kyle Randolph. I'm a technical specialist here at JumpCloud in Boulder. Welcome to our onboarding video series. Today I'm going to be talking to you about our Office 365 directory integration. To begin, I'm going to show you the connection of Office 365 with JumpCloud's Directory-as-a-Service. Then, I'm going to show you the importation of a user from Office 365, followed by how employees can change their information from JumpCloud and have that provisioned out to Office 365. And finally, I'm going to show you the provisioning of accounts from JumpCloud into Office 365. To begin, I'm going to go ahead and navigate to the console for JumpCloud and log in as an administrator. When I log in, I am greeted with our Users tab. However, for our directory integration, I'm going to navigate down to Directories. And then from here, I'm going to select Office 365. Note that we also have a Google Apps directory integration as well as Active Directory. Now, I have already authorized my Office 365 directory integration. However, to do so, you simply have to have full administrative rights for your account and then enter in your credentials. Now, from there, I'm going to be navigating over to our Office 365 and I'm going to show you the importation of our Grace Hopper user. I also have Grace Hopper's email open here, as I want to show you what that end user's experience will look like. So let's begin. I'm going to select the Import Office 365 users. And from here, I can either choose to import all users, or in this case, I'm going to be importing one Grace Hopper. And when I select Import Users, I am greeted with the import was completed successfully and Grace Hopper has now been added to my administrative JumpCloud console. So let's take a look at what that looks like. When I navigate back to users, I'm going to scroll down until I find my Grace Hopper. Now, you can see that I have a variety of users in different states, and most specifically, my Grace Hopper user is in an inactive state. And this is quite by design. We want you to be able to import your users without having any impact on the end user experience until you choose to. This gives you plenty of time to educate those users about what this importation and integration will look like. So to move forward, I'm going to go ahead and continue with getting Grace set up with JumpCloud. So I select Details for Grace Hopper, and then I'm going to navigate to Directories. Now, when I select Office 365 and select Save User, you will now see back under Directories a green checkmark indicator showing that Grace Hopper has been synced. So let's see on Grace's side what her experience will be. So I'm in her Gmail. Now you can use other mail clients such as Microsoft Exchange or so on, but I have a Gmail set up for her. So when I refreshed my email, I see that I now have a new notification from JumpCloud. As I scroll down, I am greeted with a variety of information to assist Grace in understanding what the JumpCloud integration looks like for an end user. Now I'm going to go ahead and select Get Started. Now from here, I am greeted with the password complexity settings that I must have in place for this Grace Hopper user. So to show you the event that occurs if I am not entering in a password up to those standards, you can see here I am told that my password in fact must be greater or must be 8 or more characters. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in a password that now abides by those standards set by an administrator such as yourself and select Reset Password. Now, when I do this, I am taken to Grace's portal. So I can see this is the user portal for Grace, and from here, I'm able to update information for Grace. For example, say if Grace got married and her last name has now changed to Jones, I may update that here. So if I select Save, this will now take effect within Office 365. So let's take a look at what that looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and refresh this page. And now, when I've refreshed the page, you can see that Grace has now had her last name updated immediately from JumpCloud into Office 365. Now, there's other fields within JumpCloud that could be changed as well. Moving forward, let's say that Grace has unfortunately left JumpCloud, and we need to pull her access to Office 365. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate back down to my Grace Jones user now. I'm going to navigate to Details and Directories. And as I completed that sync with Office 365 via our Directories section, I'm going to go ahead and pull access as well. So I deselect Office 365 and now select Save User. When I do this, Grace is immediately put into an inactive state. So to show you that, or blocked as it's articulated in Office 365, I'm going to go ahead and refresh my page. And you can see here that my Grace Jones user is now in a blocked state or status and no longer has access to Office 365. So all through JumpCloud, you are able to create the sync as well as remove access for that user. Now, let's talk about creating a user from JumpCloud and provisioning them into Office 365. To do so, I'm going to select the plus icon in the upper left-hand corner. And now I'm going to go ahead and enter in a new user's name. So I have my new user, Jonathan Jack, that just joined the company. And Jonathan needs to get access to Office 365 and their resources within that. So I'm going to go ahead and create this user. It is important to note, however, that their email domain must match that of Office 365. So as I have demo JumpCloud here, so too do I have it within JumpCloud. And to pre-activate this user so that they have immediate access to Office 365, I'm going to put in a one-time password for them and then navigate to Directories and select Office 365. Now, as you saw with Grace Hopper or Grace Jones, when I select Save User in this case, JumpCloud will be pushing directly over to Office 365 via our API level integration to have this new Jonathan Jack user created. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and refresh my page. And you can see here that we now have a new Jonathan Jack user that was created from JumpCloud and provisioned over into Office 365. So, to recap, we've covered the connection of Office 365 with JumpCloud's Directory-as-a-Service. And then I showed you the importation of a user, Grace in this example, from Office 365 into JumpCloud. And then through JumpCloud removed or restricted access in Office 365. Then I showed you how a user or an employee can change their information in JumpCloud and have that take effect in Office 365. And finally, we covered the provisioning or creation of an employee or account from JumpCloud into Office 365. Thank you. If you'd like to learn more about this topic, please navigate to our knowledge base at support.jumpcloud.com. Or if you'd like to speak to a member of our team about our platform, please email us at customersuccess@jumpcloud.com. Otherwise, subscribe below to stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you.